What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JT, and welcome back to the week of football, the series where, of course, we go through everything happening in and around the world of football, and we have a little talk about it. A week of football where one match official got a little bit too excited at the prospect of a helplessly tied up protester. Heung-min Son suffered a brutal career-ending injury in his side's 3-1 win over West Ham. Nev and Cara are caught having one too many at the Sky Sports office bash. Italy are sent crashing out of the World Cup qualifiers by North Macedonia with what can really only be described as a
fluke goal.
And Ben Foster picks up more points on his licence than Watford have at home in the last 7 months. All of that and more coming at you after the break. And we start with Ben Foster, who picked up 6 points on his licence for allegedly speeding down the M40. He was rumoured to be going at 99 miles per hour in his black Tesla. While some may consider this reckless driving, rumour has it he was only trying to record a how to be Conor Mcgregor video on his YouTube channel. Unfortunately for him though, the YouTube sensation will have to start cycling his way to work after failing to report to the magistrate's court and resultantly picking up a 6-month ban from driving. Many people have taken to Twitter to vent their frustration at the veteran shot stopper, calling for him to hashtag just stop driving. Despite this movement gaining traction, it was the Just Stop Oil campaign that really took the Premier League by storm. Indeed, people were so infuriated with Chelsea's £100 million purchase of Romelu Lukaku that they took to games across the league to make a stand. The most effective example of this was at Lukaku's former club Everton, where a 21-year-old man zip-tied his neck to the goalpost. That's right, I'm not joking. He zip-tied himself to a goalpost. This 21-year-old man literally zip-tied his actual neck to a goalpost. Could you write this stuff? Well, yeah, you know what? In fact, you actually could, because, you know, I got it written down here. But anyway, it's safe to say that one guy really took advantage of the situation. Sorry, that just looks so funny. I mean, whatever he's doing does not look effective at all. It's like he's trying to pump up one of those crusty ass Poundland footballs. You know, the ones with like, it comes, you buy it, literally comes pre-bought with a puncture. You're trying to pump it up, the air's getting sucked out the other side, and for some reason, instead of using your brain, ditching it and getting another one, you just sat there absolutely yamming oxygen into it, thinking it's gonna change it. But you know what? Fair play to the guy, because I don't know where the hell he managed to get that zip tie from, but that was not moving anywhere. That mother sucker was on there to stay, because they were yamming at that for like a good 10 minutes, and it just wouldn't budge. I mean, I don't know if they were using some kind of butter knife or something. Whatever they were using looked whammer than Jorginho's forehead, and that thing still wasn't moving. From protests to Peronies, the Anton deck of football was spotted having a few too many at the local office bash. I'm sorry, it's like when you have one of those big extended family barbecues, old Steve has a few too many and suddenly thinks he's star of the stage. The last time I'd seen bars like that, I was visiting Alcatraz, and ironically enough, I heard better vocals from the new inmate in the showers. All jokes aside though, what the hell is Gary Neville doing to that light? That poor innocent light. Honestly, it looks like he's gripping up a babe in his local Wetherspoons, man. What are you doing, Gary? And from securing wines to catching fines, Ivan Toneys is set for a rude awakening when he gets back to Brentford's training ground. Once again, the number 9 has been caught with his pants down, slagging off his employers on camera, after previously being caught saying fuck Brentford for some nyash. You'd think he would have learnt his lesson by now. But no, he was asked by a local TikToker inquiring about where he plays, to which he responded,
No exam.
I mean, look, he's not wrong. The man is speaking facts. But you can't be saying that. You can't be saying that about your own club. I mean, they're paying your wages, for God's sake. This guy is moving very, very recklessly. And speaking of moving recklessly, rash and reckless is exactly the words I'd use to describe Patrice Evra's boxing style. And I know what you're thinking, what are you talking about boxing style? The geezer's a fullback, for God's sake. Well, no, the Frenchman is indeed, in fact, agreed to fight Adam Salah. That's right, the same Adam Salah that has been gagging to fight with KSI for the past 5 years is now fighting Patrice Evra. What the hell is going on anymore? I tell you, I never, ever expected Patrice Evra to step in the ring, unless if it was going to be against Luis Suarez. Now, if that fight was happening, you bet your ass I'm buying tickets to that. I'm renting out the whole front row for that one. But hey, fair play to him, fair play to anyone stepping inside that ring, giving it a go. It is a very reckless sport, of course. And hey, I tell you something, I am going to be rooting him on because it's Patrice Evra, and at the end of the day, I love this game. Now, whether he loves the sport of boxing after this fight or not is yet to be seen. But the Frenchman is going to have to go from whipping in-swingers in with his left to swinging left hooks to the body. And I, for one, am very intrigued to see how it plays out. Another footballer who looks like they're very adept at swinging punches is Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford was spotted after his side's loss, calling out a fan in the car park to come and meet him behind the back alley. I tell you, man, it's like one of those 1v1 Rust lobbies. You're asking them to meet you behind your local Tesco's. Only difference is, this is goddamn Marcus Rashford. Mr. OBE Marcus Rashford. But luckily for him, he's got a PR team stronger than Hulk Hogan, and he somehow managed to wrangle his way out of this one. Someone, on the other hand, who looks to be in desperate need for a new PR team is Frank Lampard, who after Crystal Palace's 4-0 annihilation of his Everton side, came out with a bit of a questionable post-match interview.
Quarter-final of a cup, start really well, allow a goal from a corner, allow another average goal, and a fluke goal, and another average goal.
Yeah, right.
Honestly, mate, it's like that one guy at FIFA that always gets his ass whooped despite chatting all the smoke under the sun, but it always happens to be a lucky goal that manages to beat him.
Another average goal.
I tell you, I don't know how the Everton players are going to respond to that one, but if I was in there... If I was an Everton fan myself, I'd be questioning it slightly, to say the least. I'm slightly surprised that Italy didn't go for it themselves after an absolute smash and grab by North Macedonia. Edgan Alioski FC managed to send Italy packing out of the World Cup qualifiers. How and what and why Italy, the Euro 2020 champions, are out of the World Cup in Qatar. The team we lost to on penalties are now not even going to qualify for the next tournament and haven't qualified for the last 2 World Cups, or rather 2 consecutive World Cups for the first time in their history. And people tried to tell me Mancini's a better manager than Sir Gareth Southgate. I just can't believe we didn't do it. So close, but yet so far. But that about wraps it up for today. And yes, I know it's been more of a week and a half of football than the week of football. I haven't done it for a few weeks, so to kickstart it, there were a few things that happened just before the break that I didn't really want to miss out on. And especially with the international break happening now, there's a little bit less going on, so I did want to include a bit more from the past. But from now on, it will be only a week. And I hope to see you then, and I hope to see everything that unfolds in the next week of football. But like I said, if you did enjoy, then make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. But for now, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.